Hey guys, welcome back to Easy Country Cooking and Cook and Share. You know, it's Christmas time, and I wondered what I could serve up besides the turkey and all that stuff, and I thought of cordon bleu because I just love cordon bleu, but I wanted to make it simple and easy, and this is about the simplest and easiest cordon bleu recipe you can find out there, and it is so good. So let me show you how to do this. Okay guys, first thing I'm going to do is grab about 4 chicken breasts and butterfly these, and to do that I'm going to cut about 3/4 of the way down the center. So you end up with a pocket, something like this. That's about perfect because we're going to stuff them. But first we have to tenderize by laying some parchment paper over top of those breasts. And the next thing we want to do, guys, is get the old meat tenderizer out. No, I don't think that's any good. That's better. And just kind of pound these guys out until they're relatively flat. And of course, somewhat tender. And I would say this is pretty good right about here. Now we'll season them up with some salt. Lots and lots of my all-time favorite, some ground black pepper. And of course, you got it, some garlic powder. Now I'm gonna grab up a couple of slices of deli ham and lay it over top of that seasoned chicken breast. Now you can use the ham of your choice, of course. Follow this by some Swiss cheese, and for cordon bleu it pretty well has to be Swiss. And I have to say the Swiss cheese is one of my all-time favorites. What's yours? Let me know in the comments section below. Alrighty then, I'm gonna grab up one edge of the chicken and simply roll this up. And this is gonna be one heck of a nice chicken roll. Then grab up a couple of toothpicks and insert them just to keep the roll together. Of course, one thing you want to remember is to take the toothpicks out before you eat them. That's not a pleasant experience. So it looks something like this, just about perfect. Now go ahead and set these aside on a baking tray, and what I do is put a rack over the top. Once they're there, of course, what you want to do is season up the top of the breasts. And of course, guys, like I always say, you can use whatever seasoning you like here, or not season at all. I mean, you could use, I don't know, some paprika, some Italian seasoning on cordon bleu. I don't know. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but anyway, you get what I mean. Alrighty then, it's time for the dredging. So first, put those chicken rolls or breasts, whatever, into some flour and roll it around so it's completely covered. Next up, into an egg bath, and this can get a little messy, guys, but the outcome's worth it. Of course, give it the old roll around. Then into some panko breadcrumbs. Now I always use panko because the outcome is awesome, like just the texture, but you can use other breadcrumbs too. And of course, roll them around and make sure this is completely covered with the breadcrumbs, one of the most important parts. And back onto the rack. It's as simple as that. Now these are going into a 375 degree Fahrenheit, 190 Celsius preheated oven for about 30 or 35 minutes. After about half an hour, guys, just look at these. Don't they look absolutely fantastical? But we ain't done yet, because we are going to throw 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter into a pan over medium heat. Follow this by a couple of tablespoons of flour. Grab up the old whisk and whisk everything around until that flour begins to brown up and cook through. And guess what? We're making a white sauce for our cordon bleu. Follow this by a 1.25 cups of milk, half at a time. So we're going to add in 3/4 cup, grab up the whisk and stir rigorously, just until it really begins to thicken up. Now we're going to add in the other 3/4 cup and continue to stir. And we're just going to stir and whisk this until it begins to thicken up again. Now in with a tablespoon of Dijon mustard for that tardiness, about a 1/4 cup of Parmigiano, and stir once again until everything's well combined and that sauce thickens. And this is about the texture I want right about here. Perfecto. Okay, my friends, let's cut into this chicken roll or this cordon bleu and see what we have here. Just look at this. Just look at this, guys. I think this is just about perfect. I just love the look of it. So I think just for serving purposes, I'm just going to kind of cut this into sections. Something like this. Again, I'm just loving it. And I think the best thing to serve this up with is a nice Caesar salad on the side. Doesn't this look great, my friends? Of course, to top things off, that white sauce just has to be drizzled over the top, and just look at this. Cordon bleu perfection. And for the grand finale, some parsley flakes. Oh, this is looking divine. And there she be, my friends. I think this is about the simplest cordon bleu you're ever gonna make. Okay guys, let's cut into this and see what we have. You know, you gotta make sure we get that white sauce and all that, and the ham, and the cheese, but just look at this. Okay, let's give this a taste test. You know, guys, this is so good. That white sauce, for a simple white sauce, is spectacular. Chicken is done perfectly. It's juicy. Love the ham, the cheese, a little bit of seasoning we put on it. So good with the Caesar salad. Absolutely delicious. Won't take you long to make, and so good. Go ahead and make this up. Leave us a comment. Give us a like, because it does help the channel out. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. This is so good. See you next time. Of course, I'm going to have more. So good.